Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Jim, and if you're here, that means you have a particular interest in EDC items, whether they're knives or multi-tools or any of the number of things that we carry for our EDC, flashlights being another major one. And today we're going to combine two of those, actually more than two when you really think about it. We're going to be talking about multi-tools. And no, I'm not talking about the big, fat, taking up too much room in your pocket Leathermans that we're accustomed to. We're going to go considerably smaller. Now, when I say I'm combining a lot of EDC things, what I mean is, yes, it's a multi-tool, so it's got a knife on it and some other stuff. So we're bringing knives into the equation, but we're also bringing flashlights into the equation. How, you might ask? Well, because this multi-tool is made by a very prominent light manufacturer, and that's Olight. Now, the coolest thing I think about this whole multi-tool is the fact that they have put a lot of good, useful things into a teeny tiny and very lightweight compact package. Whether you want to carry this in your pocket, you want to carry it in a little cute little holster on your belt, carry it in some sort of backpack or bag that you're taking out for the day, this, I think, may be the answer that a lot of people have been looking for. I want to carry something in case of emergency, but I'm out of room in my pockets. I've got too much stuff to carry. You're riding maybe cross country on a motorcycle, and you don't want to carry a big giant toolkit with you, or your saddlebags are so overflowing that you don't have room for the toolkit that you feel that you need anyway. Now, obviously, you're really going to need hex drivers and things like that on a motorcycle breakdown. However, you've got the most basic of tools covered right here. You can cut wires, you can strip wires, you can crimp. You've got both kinds of screwdriver attachments. You've got a lot of use right here in this teeny tiny little package. Now what I'd like to do is get up close and personal. We're going to do the desktop portion of this review, get to know this multi-tool, and see if it's worth your time and your money. Another in a long line of Olight innovation comes the Otacle P1. This is a really nice little multi-tool. It's nothing ridiculous, it's nothing crazy, but what you've got here is one of the smallest, most compact, and easiest to carry with you multi-tools on the market. I love the fact that they are spring-loaded pliers. Unlike, let's take a look over here. By the way, the feeling and the sound is very, very cool. Listen to this. Here you've got a monstrosity that's heavy. This is teeny tiny and it's lightweight. I forgot when I bought this, but I had bought it because it was super inexpensive and I wanted something that was going to hold up for a little bit, not necessarily to put through major trials or anything like that, but It's always a good idea to have a multi-tool. And here, not spring-loaded, you have to manually open up the pliers. With this one, I really do like that feature, especially if you're going to use it as a wire cutter. There's just something about having that little bit of pressure pushing against your fingers that makes it feel like something a little bit nicer. Now, these are very comparable in the amount of tools that they hold as well as the types of tools that they hold. Except this one weighs definitely more than double. Definitely more than double. I'll have to look up and see how much this weighs if I can find it. We're going to get that out of the way. And again, I mean, the size of this closed is the size of the Otacle open. And that's really a big deal. If you need something compact and out of the way, again, when I think tools, a lot of times I go back to motorcycles. I go back to, man, something dumb happened. You're stuck on the side of the road and you've got to make a very, very, very minor repair in order to get that thing back on the road and close to the next Harley dealership. Saddlebag space is limited. And you also don't want a lot of weight just on one side over the other. Trying to balance all those out can be kind of a pain in the butt as well. So the smaller and lighter, the better. Let's take a look at this thing. So what's it got? Needle nose pliers, full width pliers, wire stripper, pocket knife, scissors, can opener, bottle opener, standard screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a pin for retrieving a SIM card. So now you're able to strip wires, then screw them down to a terminal while pulling out your nose hairs with the pliers, while drinking yourself into a stupor with the bottle opener, and while your coworker is crying in your ear about how drinking on the job site is somehow dangerous, and starts using terms like OSHA violation and shit like that, you can cut his tampon string with the scissors, then smack him unconscious, steal his cell phone, swap out the SIM cards, all before lunchtime. And if he decides to come after you, it's also got a knife that you can brandish while hissing at him like a giant monitor lizard as you slither away. You can't stop me, Spider-Man. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. The main body, let's get back into the important stuff here. The main body is T65052 aluminum, which is a little bit soft, so you're likely to leave permanent scars on it when you drunkenly drop it on the worksite because you didn't listen to your buddy Fred. But it's still going to serve a good purpose. It's going to still hold up well. I just wouldn't put it under severe abuse. You know, throwing it down on the sidewalk intentionally and kicking it out into the street, you're going to leave some battle scars on it for sure. Let's go ahead and start popping things open here. This is your Phillips screwdriver. It's a 2D Phillips screwdriver, by the way. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Swing that out, and you can actually leave that open, and that will be a lanyard holder. Get that back going over there. What do we have here? There is your standard flathead screwdriver. On this side, we have a sheep's foot knife. Out here is going to be your bottle opener and a scraper, almost like a little chisel going on there. For some reason, my camera doesn't want to focus on all these tiny, small, shiny little tools. And there they are. Got to kind of pry that out there. And this, I don't think I need it to be that close. That is going to be your scissors. Now, there's one more little tool, and it's kind of hidden on here. It takes you a second to find it. And that is going to be the SIM card remover, which is something that you don't really know that you need until you need it. And there it is. So yeah, you got a lot going on in what is, quite honestly, a teeny tiny little tool. So we'll put all these things away. Let's fold the scissors back up. Put them back away. I think I'm going to leave the lanyard out. So yeah, if you wanted to hang a lanyard on there, there's the lanyard loop, and you can certainly do that. I love the feeling of it. And for me, the big winner was the fact that it was so compact. It's just going to disappear in my EDC pack that I'm going to be carrying with me. And so if I'm going out for the day, I'm restricted on space. I'm very organized in what I'm going to carry with myself, what I'm going to carry for myself that day. And I'm limited on space because I know I want to have a good flashlight in there. I'm going to have my pistol in there. I'm sometimes going to have a small fixed blade knife in there. I'm always going to have one of my Jack Wolf knives, slip joints in there. My keys. What else? My wallet. A pen. Always have to have a pen with you. And a multi-tool. Now, whether it's going to be that multi-tool or it's going to be the other wonderful little Olight tool that I showed you, that cool titanium hex driver, I think this is probably more practical because if I'm at someone's house or, something like that, or it's not definitely going to always be knife related, then I probably won't need my hex keys. This, I could do any kind of little teeny tiny little job that pops up with the limited tools that are on there. And again, I've got about the same tools on there that I have on this monstrosity. And this is half the size and far less than half the weight. That's the most important thing. So it's practical, it's useful, and it's $25. Yep, $25. Not $50, $75, $100, $250 and more that some of these can get to. $25. And down below in the description, of course, I do now start working a little bit with affiliate links. I have an affiliate link, so you can click through that and buy this. It won't cost you another extra penny. As a matter of fact, it's going to give you a discount when you use my discount code that is also down there in the description and probably flashing on the screen right now, depending on how lazy I got in the editing. So you get to save money. You get to help support my channel. And I get, 50 cents or $1 or whatever it is for you picking up one of these because I was kind enough to show it to you and say, hey, I think this is great. And it all works out to everyone's benefit. Very quickly at the end here, let me give you the specs. You're looking at a little tiny 2.65 inches in length by 1 inch wide and 0.60 in thickness. So just a hair over a half an inch. 600 thou, not crazy. And I'd have to say it's probably thinner. Yeah, that's slimmer than this one, right? Not by a huge degree, but it is slimmer. And that's always nice. And whether you have a real Leatherman, you have a knockoff Leatherman, you found somebody on the street corner in New York City that sold you one for, I don't know, $30, this is still a better way to go. And you've got the Olight warranty standing behind it as always. And their wonderful innovation in creating something different. Now, these are manufactured for them by another company, and I am sorry I forgot the name, but there is another multi-tool out there that's identical to this, except it's blue instead of black. Not a very attractive blue either. That company doesn't really have the design prowess that Olight does. I like the black on this. I think it looks somehow more professional. Is that the right word? I don't know, but it looks sleeker and cleaner and nicer and feels a bit more high-end. Anyway, so that is the story on the Olight Otacle P1 multi-tool. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I've enjoyed bringing it out here to you. And I promise the next videos that I bring out are going to be lights and knives and other stuff that you're accustomed to seeing on my channel. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the next videos.